Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome back to Let's Play .hack GU Volume 3. This is Some Type of Artist. Last time, I don't know, we went to Netslum and not a lot happened. Sorry to say. Not a lot happened. We just kind of had like a meeting about Cubia. It's destroying the real world, guys.
They're having a strategy meeting on the Netslum.
Yeah, we gotta go finish off this meeting here too. Either in this episode or in the previous episode, because I can't remember, because of course, basically all the Cubia Gomoras are multiplying, and we've got to find a way to keep them under control. Even though our main priority should be finding the core, but whatever. Let's have a strategy meeting about it, I guess.
We've sent emails to players requesting reinforcements.
All we can do now is to try and believe in them.
Did you find out where Cubia's main body is?
Cubia's main body is producing Gomoras as it moves around unchecked through the world.
Great, so basically it doesn't have a single location, huh?
Do it quickly, Zelkova. We don't have much time left. I'll head into the areas to battle the Gomoras. If I can somehow help the world last even a tiny bit longer by doing so.
Even if this is an endlessly spawning enemy, even if this is a hopeless fight, I'll be fine, as long as I'm with you, Haseo. And even if I were not with you, I'd be fine as long as our hearts were in the same place.
Thanks, Entrance.
Haseo,
That added so much to
I'm
the
gonna fight
situation.
too. You know why? Because I really like you.
God, anybody else want to come over here and suck Haseo's dick? Seriously.
Bo. And you too, Andrins.
He never
Once the areas with
he never
more
fights against it.
reach dangerous levels.
He's totally accepting of Entrance's love.
Delta, hidden forbidden radiation. Delta, hidden forbidden bulwark. Theta, hidden forbidden dragon.
Yeah, so basically all the Gomoras are showing up in these lost grounds that Zelkova is just kindly listing off for us.
The above areas. Begin exterminating the Cubia Gomoras in the outer dungeons.
So we're declaring war.
Got to the area.
Declaring war. I wouldn't call it as something as epic as that, Yada.
Once you're prepared, use the Chaos Gate to transport there.
Yeah, so basically this is, I guess you could call this the beginning of the end of the game.
The outer dungeon.
This is kind of like
The Cubia Gomoras until they find the location.
the last time they want you to level up, which is why I'm assuming they send you to 4 different areas, one right after another, to eliminate these Cubia Gomoras so you can gain some levels. And you need some levels, I mean, whatever, but it's, if you haven't done so by now, I would definitely pick your final battle party and start getting them ready for a tough fight. I mean, it's not like tough fight. Tough fight's kind of subjective. A long fight, I guess. You know, a fight where you'll, you know, be prepared to like have your SP like exhausted and replenished a couple of times. You know how it goes. Like if you're going up against Ovan or that Tri-Edge fight or whatever. But yeah, so this video is basically just going to be going to those different areas and eliminating the Cubia Gomoras, as well as, I think, going to the final area where Cubia is. Next video will probably be first part of the last fight, and then the second video will probably, I mean the video after that will probably be afterwards. I don't know. I haven't actually put together those videos yet. This is the last thing I have to commentate over, so I gotta wrap it up. But look, even the Lost Grounds are like all nighttime and foreboding and stuff right now. Aw, look at them. So cute. They even make a cute little noise. I don't know, what could be cuter than Cubia Gomoras? And they just phase in, like... But who do we have? Is that my waifu? Ah!
Don't just stand there. Just a day, just an ordinary day.
It's her!
Jade!
Hi, hello. Let's drop everything we're doing right now and have an intimate conversation with our waifu.
You woke up.
Who do you think you're talking to? I'm always in top shape. You ought to know that by now.
Yes, Haseo, you pleb.
Whoa! Hey now! What are you doing?
This is always so creepy to me.
Who are you?
Just like seeing Haseo like force his hug upon her.
Don't you disappear on me like that again, okay?
Like, you could tell he's all worked up and everything, but I don't know, just something about it is just like... I don't know. I guess it's very unlike Haseo, and it kind of just seems a little forced.
Take this!
And we got Sirius and Tayaku back with explosive punches, apparently. So that's neat. Again, really wishing Sirius joined your party. If he's bringing explosive punches to the table.
Back from hell. Along with Alcade.
He's come back from hell.
I read your email.
When there's no more room left in hell, Vegeta will walk the other hell. What the hell?
They all agreed to rise up and fight the monsters. In response to you, Haseo.
Yeah, Zelkova sent out this email pretending to be Haseo and saying nice things about saving the world and other things that Haseo probably wouldn't have said to strangers, but I don't know. I don't know. That speech he gave in the last episode, maybe he would have. I don't know. He's been reformed. He's been Volume 3 redemptioned, if you will.
All of the players who trusted you and came to help.
So yeah, this is basically how it's gonna go.
You are the Arena Emperor.
Haseo is gonna go to these 4
You are
areas.
someone to look up
Each of these 4 areas are gonna have like a group of characters from like. Love that. How she just like slaps him on the back.
Don't you dare lose!
Piss off, Haseo.
I told you, you're a strong man.
Man. Haseo is not a man. He's not there yet, Alcade, but it's cute that you think so. Yeah, so these 4 areas, so basically, it's gonna be like basically the same scene over and over again. This one in particular is like
monsters before fighting them.
the, I don't know, the best one, I guess, because not only just because Alcade comes back, it shows, like, I don't know, as creepy as I think it is, it does show, like, you know, a connection between Alcade and Haseo, but Haseo will just basically meet up with a group of people that he has in his party, or he's met in the game. So this one, it's like the arena people, we'll meet some Moontree people, we'll meet, like, the normal players people, we'll meet the, what are they called, the Kestrel people, and, you know, a bunch of random people that fight too. And there's a big scene like that where it's like, crap, we're surrounded, and they're like, ah! Don't worry, Haseo, we're here to help you! Go on! And you'll be like, you guys, okay, let's go! And then you'll go to an arrow dungeon, and you'll eliminate all of the Cubia Gomoras. But, fuck that. That takes a long time. And it's kind of like... I've kind of got, like, mixed feelings about this point in the game, because I remember it as being, like, as one of the better ones, because it's, like, everybody from the story is all, like, getting together and joining up and, you know, fighting against a common enemy, and that's all cool and everything. But then, you repeat, like, the same formula 4 times immediately after another. By the way, with Haseo constantly saying stuff like, you have to eliminate all the Cubia Gomoras, let's go here and eliminate all the Cubia Gomoras, like, over and over, because, you know, they gotta remind you what to do, even though you're whatever. And then you gotta go through 4 outer dungeons in a row, so I decided to spare you all and just skip the dungeons. Except for this point. I don't know why I left this in. Maybe I wanted to show off the HP Regan ability, because that's a cool ability to have. Outer dungeons are cool, but that trap right there with, like, the 3 lasers kills it for me. Like, it's so dumb, just, like, all you do is just wait for it to disappear. It shouldn't be a problem, but it, like... I don't know, it like, it irritates me after a while just doing it. So, we'll see everybody, you know, come together right now. It's over me. Is that how that song goes? I don't know. That Beatles song? Is it a Beatle? I don't know. I'll look it up. Because why would I pay attention to the video? Come together right now over me. And it is by the Beatles. For that matter, what's a pleb? Is that like a slur I shouldn't have used? A member of the plebs, a plebeian or commoner. Plebeian, belonging or pertaining to the common people. Huh, I don't know.
We read your email.
Common, commonplace, or vulgar. I guess it's fine, and it's appropriate. Oh, hey, Moontree.
Do or die. We're leaving the big guy up to you, Haseo.
Master Haseo, good luck.
Kaede, why are you here? My friend told me the other day that Zelkova and Kaede remind him of, like, a mom and kid. And that, like, they're playing the game. They should have just been like, Mom, stop worrying so much, or something like, I don't know. And it's like, it's not that funny, but it is. I don't know, I guess you just had to have been there for it. Because I know a few times they do kind of portray that as a mother and child thing. In the forums, anyway. It's like there were players that kind of mentioned it. But, whatever. I don't know. The Zelkova thing still is kind of like... I always feel like Zelkova was meant to be, like, the Helba of this series, since Helba's, like, not in GU. Which I'm kind of surprised about, because Helba was, like, one of the few recurring characters or things in the original generation of Dot Hack stuff. So, I was kind of surprised that, she didn't show up for GU with all of these original series callbacks at the end of the game. But whatever. But anyway, I guess Zelkova is supposed to, like, take over her role as, like, ultimate hacker or whatever. I don't know. It's weird. Man, look at all them Cubia Gomoras. What are we gonna do? We're surrounded. There's so many.
There are Cubia Gomoras here.
Go on, Haseo. Tell us something more profound. Oh, my man.
In danger, eh? You. There's nothing to fear. Heroes the Third is here. Now, where are those pesky monsters?
They're like all over the place, you idiot.
You read the email?
Like, why is he surprised about that? Like, especially because everyone's coming together. I don't know. Haseo's just... Haseo's, like, surprised reactions to all this is just kind of, like, pushing it. What do you think they're doing here, Haseo? Like, honestly, like...
We've come here to help you beat the monsters.
Whatever. I don't know. I'm so tired looking at Haseo.
After all, you're our guildmaster, Haseo.
Haseo? I'm pretty much a weakling, so I might not be much use in a time of need, but...
Oh, Gaspard.
if you ask me to, Haseo,
Nonsense.
I'll do what I can.
Ah, he said it. He said his phrase.
We'll fight too. Because
Because why, Syllabus?
we both love the world.
Aw.
Yeah, he's absolutely right. Besides, we got plenty of stuff here we don't want to lose.
I'm still kind of surprised, like, they didn't try to, like, play this off as, like, an event or something.
Guys,
I don't know.
as long as guys like you are around, I won't let the world die.
Go on ahead, kid.
And Antares, because why not?
And
I suppose if you could throw him into this normal people
And come
event.
with a smile on your face.
Oh my god, that was creepy. That was like that was like something I'd expect to hear from the Joker, where it's like, come back and wear a smile on your face.
Eliminate all of the Cubia Gomoras in the area.
It's so weird, so bizarre. Why are we here? Why are we here? I'm sorry. I'm a little tired. I'm a little cranky, to be honest. Not cranky over anything in particular. I'm just kind of, I don't know, kind of antsy. Kind of antsy with this part of the game. Just kind of want to get everything over with. Don't want to make it seem like I don't want to, like, keep editing videos and stuff like that. But
We finish area hacking at the designated
I don't know. I feel like between playing GU and feeling like it needed to end so much sooner, and then watching like the entire game again while making the videos and feeling like it really needed to end so much sooner, it's just come to a point where I'm just like, I'm just so exhausted just from watching Haseo and his little adventures. I'd love to go on and do something else. I mean, I don't have anything planned for immediately after this. To anyone that's like subscribed as I'm uploading these videos, this was supposed to be me just like. Well, the main point I was doing this Let's Play in the first place was to like relearn how to edit videos, because that's something I'd like to continue learning and exploring. And then it was also 2017, and I kind of wanted to play GU again, and I just kind of thought, you know what, why don't you just do a Let's Play of it then, because you never see dot hack anywhere. So, throw your own opinion up there, and now, here we are, and I have like over 100 videos about me complaining about dot hack GU.
Hey, how's it going?
What's up, Gabi? I wish you joined my party.
Your email. It was kind of tough, though, since it was more than 3 lines.
Get it? Because he made that one joke when you made him at the beginning of Volume 1, and now it's good enough to do a callback for. Oh, it's Bordeaux, and she's perfectly fine now. And, Negimaru.
Then so am I!
What a surprise, Negimaru. Way to think for yourself.
Bordeaux and the rest.
And the rest. I didn't bother to learn your names.
I brought these guys along because they were bored.
Oh!
Just leave it.
And yeah, we had to bring Io10 and Asta back. Oh yeah. The two single most characters in dot hack GU. Because if it wasn't for them, then Haseo would never have become the quote-unquote man he is today.
I'll thank you.
Io10 and Asta.
This is all
The untold stories. It's so weird how, like, how much they bring them back in Volume 3 for, like, the stupidest thing. Well, I guess, how many times did they really bring them back?
Live on.
There was that one scene in, before you, when was it?
Try to live.
It was like a scene when you were outside the arena and they just showed up and Haseo was like, man, how do they not recognize me? Don't they remember the horrors they unleashed on me on that day? Because, you know, Haseo, PKers, as this game's story has dictated, make a huge community lifestyle out of killing off as many players as possible, so of course they would remember one particular one they did. So, good job on the ego there, Haseo. What was I talking about? I don't know. I'm so tired. Did we eliminate all the Cubia Gomoras? Can we go do the rest of the game now? Why are we going back to the bridge? Tell us where to go.
It seems the Cubia Gomoras spawning is under control.
Thanks to everyone helping out.
The world, all the players, deeply connected by a mysterious and unseen power.
What about Cubia?
I finally confirmed its location.
Finally.
I believe this giant data movement is Cubia. Its present location is...
Go on. I hate these, like, long pauses between the lines. Like, it's so... so jarring when I'm watching it back.
Haseo?
Aina, why are you here? Aina, didn't you screw this story up enough already? Why are you still here? What? God, and correct me if I'm wrong, and I'm talking to myself for I don't know what reason. There's so many small pauses here for like no reason.
Really love the world.
Uh-huh, yeah.
So...
Uh-huh, so what? Come on.
So please, Haseo.
Please what? Aina, come on.
Please save this
Yeah,
world.
we were on our way to do that, and then you came up and had to, like, give all of these fragmented sentences with long pauses between them so we can... Why are we still standing around? Go save the fucking video game!
Never forget Ovan.
Of course you can't. You're in love with him, Haseo.
Fight to the end, with his memory in my head, and his will in my heart.
Haseo, oh my god.
Haseo.
I could taste the cheddar from that much
Check Cubia's
cheesiness.
body before it moves.
Save your PC data and check your equipment and items.
Whenever you're playing an RPG, it's always very strange when like something in the story specifically has like voice acting and tells you like something meta, like to save your data. Like, okay. So there's this game for the PS3 called Cross Edge, I think. One of my friends had it, and he couldn't get into it no matter how hard he tried, and I wanted to try the game at some point, so he just sold it to me or gave it to me or whatever, and then I tried to do it, and I couldn't do it either, and I tried like 3 times. I don't know, I couldn't get into it. I thought there was too much grinding you needed to do. I don't know. I can't remember. So then another friend wanted it, so I gave it to him, and then we tried playing it at his house one day, and I could just like see the look on his face. He was just like pursing his lips. He was just like so frustrated getting through the beginning of it just because of like all the tutorial nonsense and all the anime nonsense. And like there was a point where one of the characters, she's a little girl, and like in her like little girl voice is like, "This is called a save point," and he's just like, "I'm done."
All right, let's go.
Yeah, so this is our last one. I'm honestly surprised it's not a cave. I'll give GU credit for that. It's been kind of good about not relying on the cave too much. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of the forest area like this. I don't know, like... I guess I'm not a huge fan of the music of the forest area more than anything else. And, like, music in a game is, like, really influential to me, so it's, like... I don't know. Maybe that's one of the reasons why I just, like, prefer the original series, too, because I love the music in the original series. I think it's all wonderful. So I guess... like, when you're comparing, like, why do you have more of a tolerance for the original series repetitiveness over GU's repetitiveness? I don't know. The music might have something to do with that, too. I don't know. Things just seem to go a lot faster there, but... you know, I've made enough rants about this. I guess coming up to the end of this Let's Play, it's kind of pointless to talk about it anymore. I don't know. I'm sure I will at some point. I mean, we've got post-game stuff to go through. Yeah, the post-game stuff in Volume 3 is a little different than the stuff in Volumes 1 and 2. There is actually a little bit more story in the post-game stuff that you have to go through. So... I don't know. I wouldn't exactly call them bonus episodes this time. I'm probably just gonna call them, like, post-game episodes. But yeah, so anyway, since we are so close to the end of the game, and while we have a moment to talk about stuff, I have mentioned that I wanted to reread .hack GU Plus during this Let's Play to kind of revisit that as well and give some thought to that as well as part of this whole big .hack GU revisit. So I did sit down and I did read GU Plus. It was 5 volumes long. I did not like it. And I'm kind of surprised because I do remember liking this. My one friend tells me that I didn't like it back in the day, so I don't know. I remember liking it. I guess I didn't in the past. I don't know. I will say I like the artwork a lot. I don't know. I think the artwork is pretty good. Or the shading in it is pretty good. I don't really know. Something about the artwork I do like, although bodies aren't always drawn you know, proportionately. I guess I should say. I guess that's the right word. I don't know. Something about like the heads and faces all look like really good to me, and then the bodies and everything are sometimes hit or miss, but GU Plus is basically an alternate retelling of the GU games. So if you don't want to play through 3 video games, you could read an extremely abridged version in GU Plus, except I was sort of mistaken. They do change more around than I remember. I mean, more or less, it's the same basic plot, just like different things happen at different points, or like the biggest thing I can say is this whole Cubia thing is replaced by something else towards the end, and now I'm kind of forgetting what it is, but I don't know. I swear with GU, it's either moving too slowly or too quickly, because the games I feel like move very slowly. The GU Plus manga, I guess, because it's like 3 games shortened down into 5 volumes, moves extremely quickly. So quickly that it's just very jarring for me, and I just can't really get into anything or attach myself to anything. It does have some things I wish the GU games did have, where there's like glimpses into the real world. In fact, there is like a straight up scene where Haseo and Adelie are like on a date or hanging out or something, and we get to see them in the real world, so that's cool. Except Haseo's being a massive douche, like always, except he's even more of a douche in this manga than he is in the games. Yeah, so for whatever reason, Haseo is like such an asshole in like all of these books. He's even more unlikable to me than he is in the video games. I don't know. He feels like a different character in Root in the games and GU Plus now, so I don't know. And it's written by the same guy that wrote the story for GU, or at least one of the guys that wrote the story for GU. So, yeah, but before this episode ends, I did mention a long time ago, back in Volume 1, I think, that one of the writer's notes had said something that had always pissed me off about, like, both GU, the games, and GU Plus holding, like, the same amount of, like, this is the real version of the story. So, without further ado, I will read that for you now. On GU and GU Plus by Tetsuya Hamazaki. With a successful launch for the first volume, I'm happy to bring you the second volume of GU Plus. When working on projects like this, which have multiple components, i.e. games and manga, I'm often asked which version of the story is the real one, or which is the right one. As you are likely aware, while GU and GU Plus share the same origins, the stories they tell are different. I feel that the best word to explain the relationship between the two stories is parallel. In an RPG game where the player controls the character, we didn't want to have the protagonist be someone too antisocial, since we were afraid the player wouldn't be able to empathize with the main character, thus distancing the user from the game. Well, I'm sure you could all see how well that worked out for me. We also voluntarily chose to keep the game at a lower rating level so it would be accessible to a wider audience, and as a result, were restricted by what we could do within the bounds of the rating system. To oversimplify, that meant we had to take out lines like I'm going to beat you to death. You know, in a game about a video game. To that end, we focused on making the game a little lighter, and I feel the end result was that users were able to get more into the characters. Concerning this point, the manga version focused on Haseo's character having a harsh attitude. This is not, however, a change in Haseo's character, since he was this rebellious when we first imagined him. In the world of Dot Hack, composed of the dual layers of the net and reality, I wanted to depict a 17-year-old boy who lives with the contradiction between the ideals he strives for and what course his actions really take. I hope that all readers and gamers who lay their hands on these works get a meaningful experience out of our project. But for me and the rest of Project GU, the games and manga are both true. I'd like it to be known that there is no contest concerning whether one is right or whether one is wrong. I've been involved with GU in one aspect or another for 3 years. If you count the previous installation, I've been working on the Dot Hack project for 5 years now. Working with someone can mean a lot of things to a lot of people. Collaborating on this manga with Yuzuku Morita was truly a great experience. Although the climax has already been serialized, please stick in there until the last page. Enjoy reading. So that word, parallel, and that there is no contest concerning whether one is right or whether one is wrong. So, the Dot Hack games, the original generation, and Dot Hack Liminality, the DVDs with the episodes of different characters in the real world that takes place during the event of the games, those are something that's parallel. Those are two events taking place side by side. When you have a story being told between a game series and a manga series, a very short manga series, might I add. Again, it's only 5 volumes long. GU is 3 RPGs. It's like that's not parallel. These are like alternate versions of the same story. Like, you can't tell me that you're fighting this character that's never introduced in the games at the very end of the GU Plus manga, and you're also fighting Cubia. Does he fight Cubia in the GU Plus manga? I don't remember. I guess I waited too long before talking about it after all. Oh well. But yeah, I don't know. It just kind of really irks me, that phrasing. Maybe it was mistranslated. I don't know. But it's kind of like you can't. These stories are too much the same thing. You know. He even like said they're. What did they say? Well, he did say the stories they tell are different, but like they're based on like the same people and the same characters and stuff like that. So it's like. I don't know, it doesn't make sense to me. These two stories can't be, like, parallel to each other when, like, key parts of, like, both stories are, like, missing. Like, I'm flipping through this book I have on my desk where I had the thing from. Like, Sakubo, for instance, is not involved in the plot at all. She was basically said they're an epitaph user, but they were PK'd by Triage, and that was all there was to it. Entrance, I don't think ever really joins up back with you again. I think all the people that were, almost all the Epitaph users were PK'd at some point. I'm not sure. They were saying, like, Shino was the original Mirage of Deceit Epitaph user, and it, like, transferred over to Adelie or something like that. I don't know. Like, the thing with Sakaki never happened in the manga, where he becomes a hilarious supervillain. At least I don't think it does. But anyway, my point is, like, I don't know. It just bothers me that they're wanting me to take this GU Plus manga where I read all 5 volumes in an afternoon, and these video games that took me, like, I don't know how many months to get through, and, like, telling me they both hold, like, the same value. I don't know. It's like... I don't know, it's bothersome to me, and that's why I like... this is, I get so annoyed that GU's, like, has, like, all of these installments into, like, the GU generation of dot hack stuff is, like, just retelling the video games in, like, a different way, but it's, like, you have, like, shit like this, where it's, like, it's just as right or wrong as the video games, I guess, and I don't know, that's why I was saying in the beginning, I consider, like, the key parts to GU, the GU generation, to be, like, Roots and the video games, because Roots tells a different part of Haseo's life, and I think that's why I kind of give it more of, like, a pass, and it doesn't bother me as much, compared to, like, everything else, like the movies and this manga series, and I don't know what else, that all just kind of seem to be, like, refocusing on retelling the video games. I don't know. I don't get their obsession with Haseo, but whatever. So next time, let's fight Cubia and start wrapping up this Let's Play. God damn it, man! I feel like it's been going on a long time, and I really would like to hopefully finish up by the end of the year. So have a good one, guys. Hopefully my rant and ramblings and whatever made sense for this. Bye.